rant about how useful it is. I'm just going to go on to a couple of more substantive points. Now, obviously, we come to this chamber in a very unfortunate situation of having a Tory majority government, which is going to put a lot of pressure in my area, in my portfolio, particularly on two areas. One is the long-term challenge to our financial health. To be honest, we've heard a lot about the supposed regulating influence of the Liberal Democrats, but I can't see that it's going to make a lot of difference. Our core grant is being slashed year on year with the Liberal Democrats in government, and no doubt it will continue apace without the Liberal Democrats in government. However, what we will be doing in the next year is carrying forward some of the proposals that we have already been talking about in order to invest in the revenue streams which will protect us to some degree from these bufferings and difficulties on a national level. We will bring forward our detailed proposals which we are currently working on in terms of how we will invest the £8 million in the Investor Income Fund, which I trust will meet with the approval on several different accounts, not least hopefully the relation to the housing issue as well as the needs to secure our long-term financial future. And we will also be making sure that we have long-term plans and plan A's and plan B's and plan C's in case the Tories do go off in a direction which is even more disastrous than we are anticipating. The other issue is, of course, the absolute hailstorm of cuts to welfare provision and other challenges that will no doubt result from the Tories' ambition to ruthlessly slash 12 billion from our welfare budget as a nation. And we don't know what this will constitute yet, although I think we've all got some fairly shrewd ideas. It's likely to include attacks on people who are the most vulnerable in our society, as we always expect with the Tories, attacking carers' allowances potentially, attacking tax and disability benefits potentially, perhaps even removing housing benefit from the under-25s. Which has been long mooted as a Tory plan. And we will have to very carefully scrutinise the detail of these cuts, and in order to see what we can do, not only to support existing schemes like the Cambridgeshire Local Assistance Scheme, and which we will continue to work with the county to keep afloat, but potentially further measures that we will need to bring forward in response to the detail. And there are two major strategies which I'll be working on this year. One follows quite neatly from that, which is continuing the implementation of our anti-poverty strategy, which we were told the Liberals have had every position on the anti-poverty strategy, from opposition to saying it's irrelevant to tentatively supporting the principle to supporting it all. Classic Liberal Democrat with 360-degree movement on that. I'm glad they've finally seen some kind of sense and realised there's a lot to do in this city in terms of making sure that we recognise that the inequality, which is not sowing division, is actually recognising a concrete reality and trying to do something about it. Every time we talk about some of the realities of the conditions that some people in this city have to live in East Chesterton, in King's Chesterton, in Ardbury, and indeed in Liberal Democrat health wards, such as elements in Trumpington and Queen Edith, all we get is accusations of sowing social division. It's not sowing social division, it's recognising a reality and trying to do something about it. We will continue. We've already done quite a lot on our anti-poverty strategy, but there are a lot of longer-term strategic issues that we need to continue in our second year in power. So we will continue to work hand in glove with the Citizens Advice Bureau, that we've increased our funding and support for, despite the outrageous lies and misrepresentations of the party opposite, who lied through the teeth about our plan to cut the CAP, which we are now giving more support to this year. We are giving more support to the CAP. We protect their core grant, and we're giving them more money from the kind scheme in the bar sector. It's true. You accused us of wanting to cut CAP. We did the opposite. So that means not a Liberal Democrat promise.
I do like listening to you, but you go.
How long have we got left?
You've gone over time.
Okay. Just to wrap up, we will continue to work with these partners and credit unions to bring forward various elements of our anti-poverty strategy to make sure that we really stand up against the Tories, and we really make sure that there is one last line of defence for the poorest and most vulnerable in Cambridge, with or without Liberal Democrat support.